Hi, this is Anneli from Sussex Coast. Are you ready to take on the 100-day projects? Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned creator, preparing properly for such a challenge can make all the difference. Today, I am sharing my best tips to set yourself up for success so that you can stay inspired, consistent, and most importantly, have fun. Let's get started. So, what is the 100-day project? The 100-day project is a creative commitment where you choose a project and work on it every day for 100 days. It's a fantastic way to build a habit, develop new skills, and explore your creativity. Anyone can join. Start creating and share your progress. Step 1, choosing your project. The first step, pick something that you're excited about. The 100-day project is all about consistency, so choose something that you won't get bored of. Maybe you want to experiment with bookbinding, create handmade paper, repurpose old packaging, skip the rope every day, brush your teeth better, learn Klingon, whatever it is. It needs to be something that will keep you motivated. So ask yourself, can I realistically do it every day? Will this challenge help me grow creatively or as a person? And does it align with my long-term creative goals? And if this sounds really nebulous, because it did sound nebulous to me, I have done some thinking and I thought I'd share it with you. People do all kinds. They do mind maps and however your brain works. So I just started thinking generally about what I would like to do. And some of the websites that I researched and visited suggested you start thinking about the why. Why do you want to do this project? Why are you undertaking it? Why this challenge? Okay, so I am doing this because I seem to have this unbearable compulsion inside me to create art these days. So I make some sort of art every day. So this challenge seems like a fun way to document it, basically. So for me, it is just carrying on doing what I'm doing, but documenting it better. Also to track progress and see improvements or changes or a style developing or preferences emerging. Reason 3, and that is a crucial reason, and that's the one that's making me the most nervous about the challenge, and it is stick with something for longer than the honeymoon phase. I have recently been diagnosed with ADHD in my old age, and everything makes so much sense now. I have so many journals that I have started and I haven't finished. It's the final 5% that always mows me down. I start an altered book and then here we are. I did some things but did not finish. So, and there's loads on my shelf. I can't access them right now. So that is why. And also, not unimportantly, the challenge gives you the possibility to discover and be part of the online creative community for motivation. And this is a quintessential example of my not doing the final 5%. This word is supposed to be motivation, only it is missing the Asian. So it remains to be seen whether I actually manage to do it every day. I mean, I will be doing something every day. Whether the documenting happens, who knows. So I decided my challenge is going to be 100 days of patterns. The organisers run a newsletter and a website as well, so please check those out. I'll put the links in the description. And one of the tips they gave was that you should narrow project down, okay, or create your own hashtag so that you can find it among other things. Or hashtag may not be completely unique because other people are probably doing something similar. Your mind is 100 days of patterns, and the ADHD butterfly that I am, from one rabbit hole to the next rabbit hole, remixed metaphors, I decided to be quite lenient with myself and allow myself to have lots of variety. So patterns for me, I decided when I was writing this down, it offers me the versatility of interpretation, so I can mix it up. I can keep it fresh for the neurodivergent brain that I've been blessed with. So I have decided that a pattern can be anything. It can be drawn, it can be punched with a needle or a hole punch, it can be painted, it can be embroidered, it can be printed with jelly print or plasticine or whatever, rubber stamps. It can be embossed, it can be cut, it can be glued, so all kinds. But I have also decided that patterns can be noticed, analysed and written about. So this will also count. What the organisers say is decide for yourself, because there are no rules apart from the ones that you set for yourself. So you decide what counts. I have decided that at least sort of 5 to 10 minutes a day counts, okay? And even noticing a pattern and maybe breaking a pattern, if it is a behavioral pattern, that also counts. If I then manage to log it as well, write it down, even better. If I manage to share it, even better. So yeah, so patterns can be noticed, analyzed and written about. So they can be thinking patterns, behavior patterns, trauma, habits, all kinds habits. And then patterns can be started. You know, you can habit stack and add things you are not very good at to the things you are currently doing automatically. It's the James Clear habit stacking. That's brilliant. And then I also decided that patterns can be either man-made fabrics and paintings and things, but they can also be natural or God-given. I thought that was an interesting dichotomy as well. And I have written down a couple of things here, some of my patterns that I might be looking at, the more philosophical things, okay? And then I was really struggling. Executive functioning is something I struggle with. It's basically, you know, starting a task and staying on task and not becoming overwhelmed with said task. It's very tricky for me. And then Lisbeth Degn on YouTube uses small cards to make her mixed media collages on. She did her 100-day challenge maybe last year. Anyway, I'll put her video in the description as well if you haven't seen it. So I really like that because it is finite. Hers are 7 by 15 centimeters. I don't know what that is in inches. Okay, and it is it's a contained vessel. And also I like the fact that they are small and manageable and they are portable. You can take the card anywhere with you, okay? And then I have written they're also binnable, so if you don't like it you can put it in the bin, because what happens when you have a nice shiny sketchbook? When I was doing the research, sort of looking at what other people are doing, how are they preparing, everybody was making sketchbooks. And I know myself, I have had this wonderful sketchbook journal, handmade book, well, more than 13 years, because I bought it when I was on holiday in a different country before my son was born. I have written one poem in here with a pencil, nothing else. Because what if I ruin it? Okay, so you have to remove all the things that might be in your way, all kinds of excuses. Oh, I can't possibly do it. Oh, I don't know what. So I thought if I have, excuse the arm. I thought if I have just cards like this is watercolor paper, any card will do, really. I chopped them. I was going to chop them with my guillotine, but then I was too impatient. I also struggle with energy levels, so I can't always sit down as much as or sit up rather, as much as I would like to. So I ended up cutting them with scissors, so they are not perfect. So this is definitely an exercise in anti-perfectionism as well. It's fine, because it's my project. I can do whatever I want. And then I've already had a play, because I couldn't wait. I could not wait. Okay, so and another thing I really liked about the cards was, so they're binnable. If I don't like it, I can put it in the bin, but equally, if it is rubbish, I could keep it as like a memento to show progress and how far you've come, but you can put it in the bin. You are allowed. I am allowed. Anyway, so it doesn't have to be in dialogue with previous or future ones. So I can do really diverse things, because I mean, this is completely different from this. But if they are in a box, I'll show you the box in a second. And this also is sort of steampunkish and completely different, right? So if I had a sketchbook and I had to worry about having them side by side, that's another layer of obstacles that would just paralyze me. And that's why I thought the cards were brilliant. Lisbeth had a box. In her video, she had a box. I didn't have a box. Let me see if I can. Okay, so I made a box. This is I don't know, some sort of packaging. I just put a divider in there so that I can put my finished cards. Not completely finished, I haven't labeled them yet. And then also the blank cards. I don't know which way I want them. Actually, I want the finished ones, the front, because they will then inspire me, won't they? And then these are kind of semi prepared. I've started chopping up some of my work blouses. I used to be a teacher, can't do that job anymore because of the chronic condition I now have. But I don't want to chuck these blouses that I had, especially as most of them are Christmas presents from my daughter over the years, and they have such beautiful patterns. I can't call this work yet, but or art rather, but equally I have noticed this pattern. I have ripped it and glued it here. I just feel like I need to make some more marks on it, and then I can say this is also art and it counts. What will happen if I use this? Sorry, I could not wait to get started. There we go. Yeah. So it is low stakes, low fear, removing obstacles. And talking about removing all obstacles and excuses, I frequently don't start, or I don't write anything down, or don't start my doodling because I can't find the pen I like. So now I have literally made a little pen clip for my journal so that I can carry the pen around. And when I do any writing, I take the pen out and leave the top, the cap here, so that I can't lose the cap, because frequently that happens. It's like the sock eating monster. I also have a pen cap eating monster. Okay. Step 2 is gathering your supplies. We already touched upon them a little bit, but it is really important because nothing slows down creativity like hunting for supplies every day. So organize what you need in a dedicated space, whether that's a box or a drawer or a whole studio. If you're using recycled materials, start collecting now so that you have plenty to work with. But they recommend having something ready because otherwise we have the excuses and we simply cannot follow through with our commitment. Steps 2 and 3 are kind of linked anyway, because step 3 is setting up a system, okay? And a neurodivergent person like me, I really had to think about my system. So that is why I have my little box where I'm storing all the essentials that I will need. So I can just come here, pick a card and start creating. I can even just take one half ready card and get going, and that's exactly what you can do for yourself as well. So step 3 is developing systems ready to go. You can also have a list of prompts ready, or you can use a notebook or a digital planner to do your reflections. I had to go a step further because I know what I'm like. I lose things on my desk, even having just used them, and so I came up with a solution. This is my son's Minecraft pencil case that I customized. It's a really lovely pencil case. I didn't want to put it in the bin because, you know, secondary school can't possibly show any personality. So it has 2 compartments. One has all the drawing tools and sort of different media. These are water soluble and they turn permanent. This writes on anything and it's a 0.5, so it's a thinner one. This is a calligraphy pen, amazing. I love this. This can be a scoring tool or for making patterns. And then I have some felt tips if I want to doodle patterns. I never know. Okay, and then this side has all the mixed media or more mixed media stuff. I am obsessed with stitching on paper at the moment. So the needle is always in my kit. Two bits of embroidery floss, because anywhere I go, these 2 are fine. At home I can restock. There's a teeny bit of lace. This is a craft knife, so in case I want to slice some holes anywhere. This is here so that I could find it, but also in a pinch I might chop a bit of it off and use it as part of my composition. I did that yesterday because I was creating in bed, and of course I can't find it. See, live footage of me already losing my things. Anyway, so the books, I made a journal as well. You don't have to make a journal, and this journal is not for the cards. The journal is part of the system I have created, so that it's simply here for ideas. This is just on watercolor, what you call it, test thing. So simply just a watercolor exercise, and it's junk journal style, so I just put some different papers in here. So here I can doodle and make notes and reflect on things, and it's small, it fits in here. My issue is I can never find the right pen or the right paper. and then when I have found it, I will lose it. Okay, so I created this little very sophisticated tracker, and I can color it in however I want. When I have done, I've definitely done day 1 because I have made it. I have even written on here, so that one is definitely done and dusted, and I have documented it in several ways. Okay, so here's my tracker, and then I just have a couple of bits. These can be bookmarks. These are smaller, but I mean that also counts. You decide what counts. So I might want to do put a sentiment on here, and then I might go, oh, you know, it needs something underneath, and then I chop off a bit of this fabric to give me the fabric. So okay, I thought I had more cards. Yes, I do. Sorry, I do. Okay, so these are also almost ready made. So this one with the border is already prepped if I want to use watercolor. So it leaves a neat border. Okay, this is handmade paper and a bit of lace. This is another bit of handmade paper already here, so that the canvas is not completely blank. And again, more of those lovely tops. You know, if I wanted to, I could copy this because it's so beautiful. Using my watercolors, it's entirely up to me. But I have set up this system so that I cannot fail, and there are no excuses because I have all the things with me. Step 4 is about figuring out how to document your journey. So sharing your progress keeps you accountable and motivated, so you can either post daily updates on Instagram, TikTok or YouTube Shorts. You can take quick photos or time-lapse videos to track your growth if you are skipping rope, for instance. Or you can join a community or challenge group for encouragement. You can team up with a friend or fellow enthusiast of whatever you're developing. And remember, the goal isn't perfection, it is having fun and enjoying the process and noticing how progress happens. It is really good fun, and it's all about creativity and consistency. Saying that though, if it really, you've chosen a project and 5 days in you're really not enjoying it, then you are allowed to change it. You're allowed to abandon it completely, do something else, as long as you have fun. And also you are allowed to change what counts. That is the most important thing. If realistically you cannot do what you had planned because you had no idea how long it would actually take, then it is okay to do a section of it, and that is fine too. And finally, section 5 or step 5, staying motivated. So some days are going to be harder than others, and that's okay. We all have these. So here's how to stay inspired according to the organizers' mission to create imperfectly. That is imperfection rules. Done is better than perfect. Keep a list of backup prompts for the days when inspiration is low. Find an accountability partner, like a like-minded person, and celebrate small wins. Even a tiny step forward is progress. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching. So that's it, your complete guide to preparing for the 100-day project. I'd love to hear in the comments what you're planning, so please drop a comment below and let's cheer each other on. Also, if you have any other organizational tips for someone like me or anyone, then if you could mention that as well, that would be fantastic. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell so that you don't miss my challenge updates. So thanks for watching and happy creating.